So this weekend I decided to do a USPSA match. I wasn't really planning on doing one this weekend, but I decided to do the match to serve as practice for next weekend's match. Not going to say what that match is going to be. You'll just have to stay tuned and watch it. Gear's pretty simple. Just a cheap, double mag holster for the mags. The gun is the Archon Type V Gen 2. I'm using a G-code holster for it. I actually got this holster for the Proving Grounds match that I did recently. It didn't show up for that match, so I'm using it now. Like I said, Archon Type V Gen 2. I'm competing in limited division. The reason I decided to not do limited optics, even though this is cut for RMR pattern, I decided to not do optics because the next weekend's match is going to be, I'm going to be doing an iron sights only challenge, so that's why I was using this match as practice. What? Dog. I swear, man, every time. Yeah. The irons on this are pretty good. Didn't have too much trouble. Yeah, pretty straightforward, so we'll go ahead and jump to the match footage. So basically, I think for these matches, because the stages go so quickly, I'm just going to let the footage play through, and then I'll loop it back over and give my thoughts on the stage after the fact. So this is stage 4. This is the start. This is the stage that I started out on today. You can see the stage description on screen. Basically, my plan was, right foot starting on the X, go over to this front right corner, shoot the far plate that would trigger the swinger. That way, by the time I get to the swinger, hopefully it's slowed down just a little bit. From that corner, you can hit this target and these two targets as well. Then I'd move to this back left corner, get this target, and then move over to the front right corner. And that's the only spot you'd hit these two targets. And the plan was on the way there, hit the swinger, and then shoot those two targets through the port. So I'll let the footage play, and you can see how that worked out.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
So that didn't go too bad. I was hoping I would be able to hit that first steal on the first shot. Fortunately, I didn't have to take some follow-up shots at it. It is what it is. One of the things I was trying at this match going into it was my goal was to hit all A hits the entire match. And that just didn't work out that way. Lots of excuses that I can make here. But overall, pretty happy with how this stage went. Results for the stage, my time was 13.78 seconds. I got 12 A hits and 3 Charlie hits. Luckily, I didn't get any deltas and no mics. And so that time and that scoring ended up getting me a hit factor of 5.0073. Not too bad. Ended up placing 12th out of 44 overall. And then within limited, I placed 2nd out of 7. And that's going to be a running theme throughout the match. All right, so on to stage 5. Within limited division, this was my best stage of the day. So start position is right here. You have to have your hands on 2 marks on this wall. So my strategy for this stage was once the timer goes off, run to the front of this little section, shoot targets T8. It's hidden behind these barrels. Then there's a pistol plate here. Then T5, another pistol plate. Then T1, and then from there run to this back left corner. Shoot target 2, 3, and 4, as well as target 7. So from this back left corner, I move up to this corner, get target 6, and then from there move over to the end of this little hallway thing, shoot target 10 and target 9. So let's see how that went.
Shooter, are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
So like I said, this was my best stage for the limited division. I ended up taking first in limited for this, which kind of surprised me because I had a little fumbles there. You saw for target 4 behind the barrels, I had to stop and go back and shoot it again because I saw that one of my hits was in the black. So had to reshoot that. Then when I moved to the corner to shoot T6, I ran out of ammo and had to do a quick reload, which luckily that reload was pretty solid. I was pretty happy with that. But yeah, so even though I took first, there were still things I could have improved on for this stage. Let's see. So for the results, like I said, I took first in limited, but overall I took 15th. My time was 21.53. I got 13 A hits, 8 C hits, and 1 D. So I probably could have slowed down just a little bit on a few things and got some better hits. So that put me at a hit factor of 4.1802. All right, and on to the next one. So stage 1 was a qualifier stage. I made a mistake on this stage. I decided for some reason to go for headshots, the head A zone on all these targets. So, I was very slow and I did not hit all my shots. So yeah, this stage was not that great. The actual strategy for the stage is super simple. Start in the back left corner, shoot those 3 targets, move over to the right corner and shoot those 3 targets. It's, pretty straightforward.
Shooter, are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
So this was definitely my worst stage of the day. The biggest thing I screwed up with this stage was going for those A boxes on the head. I should have just gone for the normal A box. The reason I went for those headshots mainly was for a challenge. A guy on my squad was like, "Why are you going for the headshots?" And I was like, "Well, I'm not here to win. I know I'm not gonna win, and it's not like there's anything at stake. So I sort of see this as an opportunity to challenge myself." So I went for the A-zone head boxes. I ended up placing 26th out of 44 overall, and then within limited, I placed 4th out of 7. My time was 12.57, which I got 5 A hits, 6 C hits, and 1 mic. So, all right, stage 2. So strategy for this stage, you have to start outside the shooting area. So once the timer goes off, I'd step into this back left corner, shoot this target, this target, this target, this target, and then the plan was to take 1 shot at each of the pistol plates. I figured if I hit them from this back corner, great. If I didn't hit them, then I could hit them again when I go over to this back right corner. That was probably not the smartest move, but whatever. I figured if I did manage to hit all the plates, it'd save me time if I could get them all from this corner. It just didn't work out that way. But anyway, so after I finished in this corner, I'd move to this corner, and on the way, I'd get this target. And then once I was there, I'd finish off these 2. And then after those 2, I'd move to the back right and get these 2 targets. And then if I had any pistol steel left, I would finish it off. So let's see how that went.
Shooter, are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
So the run itself didn't go too terribly. I think is just mainly my strategy of trying to hit those plates from this back left corner. This was probably something I just, I shouldn't have done this. But so it is what it is. So this reload was because I took 1 extra shot on that pistol plate. Like I said, my goal or my original plan was to take 1 shot at each plate from that back corner. Well, when I shot it, I kind of forgot my plan. And so I took 2 shots at that first plate before I remembered, oh, hey, dummy, you're only supposed to take 1 shot at each plate. And so that 1 extra shot meant that I was going to have to reload. And so I had to reload in that spot. As far as results go for your stage 2, I placed okay. I placed 13th out of 44 overall, and then within limited, I still ended up in second. My time was 23.92. I got 17 A hits, 5 C hits, which put my hit factor at 4.1806. So not too bad. All right, and this was the last stage of the day, stage 3. So you start in the center, and the goal was immediately move to this left corner over here, shoot the 2 pistol steals, and then this target. And then from there, move to the back left corner, shoot this target and this target. Then you move over to this corner and shoot this target and this target. Move up to this corner, and then my plan was on the way to do a reload. And once you get to that corner, shoot this target, this target, this target, and this target. So we will see how that went.
Are you ready?
Yep.
Stand by.
Yeah, my
If you are
All right, so that stage went pretty well, other than this first pistol miss right here. Feels good, man. But this was actually my best stage of the day. I ended up placing 10th overall. Still got second in limited, but overall, this was my best stage. When I ran into this back left corner, I had a bit too much speed going into it, and so my momentum carried me past the fault line, and so I had to catch myself and step back into the shooting zone before I continued. Time was 18.09 seconds. I got 15 A hits and 5 Cs, which is not too bad. And then my hit factor was 4.9751. Overall, I got 11th place out of 44 shooters, so right in that top 25%. And then within limited division, I ended up placed second out of 7. So, which that's sort of always my goal, is to be in the top quarter. I got 62 A hits, 27 C hits, 1 D, and 1 mic, which, going into the match, I was planning, I wanted to get all A hits, but obviously that didn't happen. The fact that I only got 1 D and 1 mic the whole day, I'm pretty happy with that. This match was definitely good practice for the match I've got next weekend. Looking forward to that match. I'm not going to tell you what it is because I want you to watch the footage. So if you're curious about what that match is going to be, go ahead and either subscribe or just check back later. If you have any questions about any of the stuff I'm using, go ahead and leave them in the comments. I'll get around to responding to them eventually. Yeah, I'll see you on the next video.